Okay, here we go again. Any noise? Okay, good. So I'm working, it works. Is there any humming at all in the background? Any like last week? All right. Is that perfectly clear? It has to be 100% clear, guys, because I'm not going to do another show like last week. Do you remember last week, all that whoa noise in the background because of some kind of feedback? It's clear. Okay. I'm going to have to trust you guys because I'm not getting answers. All right. So red, green, and blue. Okay, so red is love. Green is life. And blue is creativity. Okay. Sounds like I'm all good to go. All right, so it's very important to know this, okay? So I want to keep it simple today and just learn 2 songs, which I will put in the chat for you. Excuse me. Mama Don't Lie. And let's do the Beverly Hill, the Ballad of Jed Clampett. I don't know, I just picked those because all right, sounds good. All right, everyone's telling me I'm sounding all right. So, always remember that in music theory, there are 7 notes that are always played, okay? And when you look at a piano, it's very difficult to know where those notes are on a guitar because the strings, they don't just, you know, I mean, they don't have sort of patterns, but usually that's the major scale. Oh no, I can't do that on an open G. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, so remember, a scale is if you start on a C or a D or whatever, it's always going to be, the next note will be a tone. Now remember, a tone is, another word for it is a whole step. So you pick any note, right? I'm going to pick this note here on the 5th fret, and I'm going to go to 7th fret. That's a tone. A whole step. A half step, which is also called a semitone, is just the note next door. It's always the note next door. So if I'm going to be playing in half steps, I'll be going like this. These are all half steps. Semitones. So I've done the whole 12 notes on the G string. But we don't play, there's 5 that are not played and there are 7 that are played to make the melodies, the beautiful songs that we hear all around the world. It's mostly in diatonic, 7 notes. Not so much in pentatonic. There is a lot of pentatonic, but they generally add the extra 2 notes to get more melody out of their songs, right? All right. So it's tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Please remember that. I know I said we're not going to be this is not for people who know anything about music. This is for people who know nothing about music. So you might be thinking, well, why do I have to learn this theory? Well, because that's you. And that's because that's going to give you the arsenal and the knowledge to be able to teach the 5-dot pentatonic and something's out of tune. All right, so so of course that's in the key of G, okay? C. It doesn't matter, you can do this in any key, but here they are. The first is a major, the second's a minor, the third is a minor, the fourth and the fifth are majors, the sixth will be the relative minor, and the fifth will be diminished. The seventh, I mean. And that diminished one rarely gets played. It does get played in songs, but it just sort of, you don't stop there as much. These are the stopping points. The 1, the 4, and the 5. Okay? So what we're going to do today, since last week's lesson was just you practicing tone, strum. Remember from last week we had tonic, 5th, tonic, 5th, and we had a strum in the middle. So if you've done your practice, well and good. If not, do it next time. But here it is, and you can do it here as well. You know, tonic. That's a G and that's a D. That's a G and that's a D. So it doesn't matter where you go. You can't go wrong. You can even just start with any one of them. Jump all over the place if you want to. But the best is always to keep it tone, 5th, tone, 5th. That's what your bass player is doing all the time, rest assured. He's not going tone, 3rd, 5th. He's not going... He's just going. That's the 5th, right? Oh, I should have done it on the G string. fifth, tonic, fifth, tonic, fifth. You don't use the third. Bass players rarely use the third. Okay? But that's neither here nor there. So let's today we'll do the rum chaka, you know, rum chaka, rum chaka, rum chaka. Yeah. And remember, I said you can do anything you want with the strumming. You know? Yeah! So you've got the song there in the link. The first one, you might want to click on it, and it's called The Ballad of Jed Clampett. Great song, by the way. Oh no, we're doing Mama Don't Low. Sorry, the first one's Mama Don't Low. All right, so. Mama don't allow no guitar picking down here. Tonic, Red Love. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play my guitar. See? It's always G, C, and D. Gonna play my guitar anyhow. 'Cause Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. D. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play my banjo any old how. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. Gee, Mama, not much we can do, but can't play the guitar, can't play the banjo. What about smoking a cigar? Mama don't allow no cigar smoking around here. How easy is this, guy? Just Mama don't allow G, yeah? Mama don't allow no cigar smoking around here. Mama don't allow no cigar smoking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna smoke my cigar any old how. Mama don't allow no cigar smoking around here. That's it. I sang 3 of the most common verses of that song, and you saw that it's tonic, subdominant C, and the dominant D. All right, so once more. Well, this is one of the first songs that Jimmy Page. Remember, if you punch in your browser, Jimmy Page, 14-year-old boy, perhaps put the word skiffle. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Okay. Jimmy Page, 14, Mama Don't Allow. All right. Let me share my screen. All right, can you all see this? Hope so. I mean, I don't know what's technically going on or what's not going on. Hello?
Hey, there was no volume, but now there's volume.
Okay. All right, guys. So I just got a call that there was no volume. Let's start again. Now, this is just 2 minutes, all right? This is the song I'm teaching you. This is Jimmy Page right there, 14 years old, and the greatest producer of rock and roll music in the history of history. So here we go. Let's start this again. Yeah?
Sorry. It's on, you're on the phone. So that's why the audio turned on. Next thing, still no volume from the video. Can you hear something? Santos, by the way, when you're screen share, can you have option to share sound? Okay, that's smart. Makes sense here. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna text them. Does anyone know how to do that? Do you know how to do that, Santos?
No.
Could you play it on your phone? Maybe play this video on your phone. We would be able to hear it. It wouldn't be as crystal clear, but at least we'd be able to hear it. Because when I'm on the phone with you, I can hear it through the thing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, just play it on your phone. It won't be crystal clear audio, but at least we'll get it. All right, bye, Santa. Thank you. I'll call you back if anything.
All right. I don't know what's going on, guys, but oh. All right, let me see if I can put it on here.
Two names. Yours is James.
All right, we're gonna have to do it this way, guys. Stop sharing. Okay. Here we go.
Secret.
That's Jimmy Page. Anyway, I've made my point. The point is, you can see that it's not just a popular folk tune from America. It also infiltrated the rock and roll scene. You'll find that a lot of rock and roll bands do it when they've got nothing left in their repertoire. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play my guitar anyhow. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play my banjo in your house. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. Mama don't allow no cigar smoke around here. Mama don't allow no cigar smoke around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna smoke my cigar in your house. Mama don't allow no cigar smoke around here. All right, so there you go. There's one perfect example. Okay, so it's very easy because all 1, 4, 5 songs are easy. So the next song we're going to do, that was a straightforward one. The next one's not. I'm going to throw a spanner in the works, but I'm going to show you how you can get away with playing songs that are 1, 4, 5 with a little twist, like the Ballad of Jed Clampett. So if you go to the second link, we're going to do the Ballad of Jed Clampett. Okay, remember the Beverly Hillbillies? I sure do. Used to love coming home from school, turning on the TV, and the Beverly Hillbillies. Right? So, same thing. The only difference is, now this is a very important thing. The only difference is they have an A7 chord there. So we're going to use this, the beautiful A chord, my favorite chord. Now, if you have a capo, let's say that's low for you. Mama don't allow no, and you want to go up a bit. Let's say, I like it in the key of A. Well, that's what you do. Now we're in A. No more G. G's gone. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play my guitar anyhow. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. And if you want to do it in C. Mama, 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 mama. It's a bit high for me. Mama, okay, let's do it. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Hey, sorry. Let's do that again. I got the wrong dots. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play my guitar anyhow. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. So the capo can be very, very, very handy. But let's leave that for now. And now, in the Ballad of Jed Clampett, we have an extra chord, the A. So, I hope you've pulled that up. Here we go. The Ballad of Jed Clampett. Let me tell you a little story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, belly kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground came a bubbling crude. Let's do that again. Better. Much better, hopefully. Tell you a little story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, belly kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some fruit, and up through the ground came a bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Black gold. Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. They said, California is the place you ought to be. So they bundled up their truck and moved to Beverly. and the last verse. So you notice I'm using this chord here now, the A chord. I'm still doing red, green, and blue, but we're throwing in orange. Okay? So, last verse. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you all for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality and have a heap and helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. How easy is that? So you see, I'm just saying there's going to be 1, 4, 5 songs that will, they'll throw in a few tricks. Just to give it flavour, if you understand what I mean. Right? So let's do that again. Remember, everything we're going to do, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it to G. G is the tonic. And the guitar is a G instrument. Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you a little story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground came a bubbling crude. Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. They said, California is the place you ought to be. Oh no, what did I do wrong? Next thing you know, oh, Jed's a millionaire. Kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. They said California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up their truck and they moved to Beverly. Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you all for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heap and helping of their hospitality. So I thought we'd do some Rumchucker Hillbilly stuff, since last week's lesson was just for you to practice, because everything comes from this, guys. Everything, even arpeggios. You can even just strum with your thumb and then follow with your finger. 1, 2, 1. don't be afraid of songs that have the tonic, subdominant, and dominant, but they're throwing another chord. Because there is ways of getting around it. Okay, and I just showed you that. So essentially, why is the tonic, the subdominant, and the dominant so prevalent, ubiquitous rather, and all permeating? Why? Well, it's simple. It's string theory, which we did, I think, about 4 or 5 weeks ago when I first started this series. That that the length of a guitar string is 26 inches. And the middle of the guitar string is 13 inches. Right there. Which is, as you can see, 33 centimeters. And you can see 44. Let's do it over here. $33. See that? That's 22, guys. And that's a third of the string. So with string theory, if that's the length of a guitar string, whatever string you pluck, the E, the G, the A, it doesn't matter. That's the sound it's going to make. But since we're dealing with G, right, well then that's that. But what happens is at the middle of the string, there's a harmonic, and it's an octave of the E. The G. And then when you go to the 7th fret, that's the third of the string. That's 1/3 of the string. And funny about that, there are harmonics there too. So you've got harmonics at the half of the string. Now you can be a dunce. You may never ever have been to a school. You might not even be able to speak English properly, right? But I guarantee you, once you learn all these tricks that I show you, you'll be able to teach anyone, spastic people, people without fingers, people who don't know anything about music, anything about theory, and don't want to. All you have to do is say this. Find the half of the string, and that will be the same as the tonic. There he is. Found the culprit. that's better. Okay. So find the half of the string. That's the number 1, the tonic. Simple. It's the key that you're in. We're in the key of G. Then you go to the 3rd of the string, and you'll find the dominant, the D. Sounds really good with a G. And then you go to the 1/4 of the string, and you have the subdominant, the C, which is life. Green is life, red is love, and blue is creativity. So that's the perfect place to start, because anyone can do this. And anyone can sing. Anyone can sing. Everyone can. Because singing is just speaking in a different pitch. So when you're screaming at someone, hey, don't do that! That's a high pitch. You've just raised the pitch of your natural voice. And when you're calm, oh, I just want to relax and fall asleep. You don't want to be talking like this. You don't want to have a high pitch like that. You want to be down here, low. Ah, I'm tired. You see? So, let's say the guy is a really bad singer. Okay, he's got the guitar in his hand and he's pretty good with this. Alright, so they're good with that, but they can't sing with it. Well, la. You can't not find one of those notes. La. Well, I'm singing in the G. Let me see if I can get the B. La. Yeah, I got it. La. Let me see if I can find the D. La. 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 No, I got the wrong one. La. Anyway, it doesn't matter. La. So I can hum any one of those notes. La, 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 la. So you might have a person with a high voice. La, 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 la. La 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 la. It's hard not to be able to sing when the noise is surrounding you. You just have to copy the noise in your head. Hey, hey, it's so easy to sing when you've got something to sing against, a beautiful guitar. Hang on, guys, I just have to tell you something. Hang on. Okay, so all right, so those are two songs that you can practice. You've got them in the link. You may not like those songs. That's fine, because every week we're going to learn two songs. I'm not going to do more than those two songs. Okay, so let me tell you a little story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground came a bubbling crude. Well, next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Ken folks said, Jed, move away from there. Said California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you all for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality. There's the A. To have a heap and helping of their hospitality. Y'all come back now, yeah? All right, so that's that one. And then, of course, Mama Don't Low. Okay, so, and if you want to be clever, you can actually do the. You can do it on slide, right? So you go. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play my guitar anyhow. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna play my banjo in your house. Mama don't allow no banjo picking around here. Mama don't allow no cigar smoking around here. Said Mama don't allow no guitar smoking around here. I don't care what Mama don't allow, gonna smoke my cigar in your house. Mama don't allow no cigar smoking around here. Easy peasy. 1, 4, 5 songs. So yeah, I'm just going to stick to 2. That's more than enough. my ruler, remember the guitar, classical and nylon string guitars are 26 inches long or 66 centimeters. Can you see that? "26 inches is exactly the same as 66 centimeters. Therefore, half of that, notice I've got it in red, is 13 inches and 33 centimeters. But look at these two. What do we got on this one? 22 centimeters. Well, that's interesting. And 44 centimeters. And those dots, yeah, as you can see clearly, unless you're retarded, I'll cover the dots. You can see that that is now 3/3 of the string. Well, that's where you're going to find the dominant. If the string is that long, then you have to go to the third of the string and you'll find the dominant chord. But if you go to the quarter of the string, now you have 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I'm not trying to treat you like kindergarten children, but you'd be surprised how many people just look at this and go, "Quarter? What's a quarter?" Yeah, I graduated from school, but a quarter, what does that mean? Yeah, guys, that's I find that super, I mean, so simple, isn't it? Now, what are the chances that the 3 most popular chords of every single song in the history of history always use the tonic, the home bass, and then the subdominant and the dominant? What are the chances of that? Okay, so next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how many songs use the 1-4-5, but they'll throw in a minor, like the second or the third, or the sixth. Okay, and I can show you how to get around that. It's very easy to get around that, and that's what I'm going to do next week. But I've already begun to show you how you can get around it with the Jed Clampett song, because it's got an A in it, but it's only for 1 bar. So you don't even really need to go there. Let's see what happens if we don't go there. Tell you a little story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground came a bubbling crude. See, I didn't need to go to the A7. Let's see what happens when I go to the A, okay? Tell you a little story. Let's do this properly. I don't want to make any boo-boos here. Let me tell you a little story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground came a bubbling crew. So what I would say is that instead of going to there, you can actually go to the D, which has A, C sharp, and E. Yeah, no, it's really hard. It's really hard to avoid that A. Yeah. So, while I'm on that, remember the chakras, guys. Just remember chakras, right? So, red is the root chakra, yeah? Well, that's orange. A is orange. A sharp or B flat, that's yellow. And yellow is the solar plexus. Okay? So we've gone to the root chakra, the sacral, which is sex. No wonder all the rock and roll songs are in the key of A. Been a long time since I rock and roll. Been a long time since I did a stroll. Let me get back, let me get it back, let me get it back. Where I come from. Been a long time, been a long time. Lonely, 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 lonely. Orange, sex, rock and roll. Well, that's sex, yeah? When two people are in the car, having intimacy, the car rocks backward and forward, but it also rolls because it has coiled springs for suspension. So the car doesn't just go like this, right? It goes like this. Like it rocks and it rolls. And that's why rock and roll was actually coined by a DJ in Detroit. You can look this up in 54 or something like that. Let's have a look. When was rock and roll coined? The term rock and roll was popularized by Cleveland, Ohio, disc jockey Alan Freed in 1951. The term rock and roll has been traced back to the 1920s in black music when Trixie Smith recorded "My Baby Rocks Me with One Steady Roll." Oh yeah, she's a sexy woman, that one. The words rock and roll were black slang for sexual intercourse. So yeah, that was 1951. Elvis Presley still wasn't around. Little Richard was around. Memphis Minnie, Howlin' Wolf, B.B. King, they were all rocking. But it wasn't coined till 1951 by Alan Freed. And he was a Cleveland, I thought it was Detroit. But does that matter? It doesn't matter. It was Cleveland. Okay, so he was giving all of these new white guys. This Alan Freed was giving all these white guys some airplay with black people's music. He was the white guys were coming up with really good interpretations of the black music, you know. And every song, every rock and roll 12-bar blues song does that. The 1, the 4, and the 5. And since all of the steel slide string guitars are mostly tuned to G, you can just assume, I guarantee you, 90% of all the slide guitar, Led Zeppelin's Traveling Riverside Blues. I'll give you an example. Here we go. On the wrong finger. So you see where the yellow, now you see how, because it's yellow is power. You see, here is sex. Here is yellow chakra power. Here is the heart chakra, green. Here is the throat chakra. That's why it's creative. That's why blue is creativity. You see, if you want to get romantic and loving with your lady or your man, just strum G or A. Start with love, you know. You don't want to start getting sexy real quick, you know. Hey, darling. Just imagine you're a woman, right? And your man comes home from work, he's tired, he's sweating. And you've got the guitar there and you're just going, hey, love. Just some soothing music for you. And you might just get cheeky and go, sacral chakra. Climb up a bit. How you feeling after your shower, love? Got a new song for you. It's an orange song. And then you can lift it up and get powerful. Use your feminine power to go up to the green, to the heart chakra. By now you're having dinner, maybe a little sip of wine. And then you get to the blue and you start getting creative. And if you want to be mystical and you want to have a real strong, close connection with your partner, go up to E, indigo, and F, violet. By the way, Bach, who was a very spiritual man, most of his concertos were in F. And it's, since he's known as the father of music in the West, Johann Sebastian Bach, the father of music, many people in the last 350 years since he was around have often given their reasons why he loved the key of F. Well, those frequencies combined give you violet. And then, of course, the dominant of F is C. I should go to this one. Okay, so let's F. No, I should have gone to here. Okay, do it again. Sorry. So this is Bach, his favorite chord, favorite key. C is the subdominant for F. And B flat is the dominant. C is the dominant. I'm trying to save myself from going from F to the subdominant here, B flat, and the dominant C. So I'm going to go backwards. So, all right. So tonic F, Johann Sebastian Bach. Dominant, subdominant. Back to the F. All right. There's many ways of, you know, if for instance that's G, the tonic. Well, I can go backwards to get the dominant and the subdominant. I don't have to start from here and then go up and then up again for the dominant. You can do it in this way as well. And like the song from Bad Company, is everyone still hearing? Is there no background horrible noise? Is it clean and crisp? Because every single one I've done's been awful, awful, awful. And unless the quality of the sound improves, you're not going to get much from these lessons. Clear. Okay. Yeah, thanks, guys. All right, so one of my favorite, probably the second favorite band ever after Led Zeppelin was Bad Company, who were their best friends and signed under their Swan Song label. And one of their songs is, most of Bad Company songs are 1/5/1/4/5s, right? So, baby, when I think about you, think about love, and darling, gonna live without you and your love. And if I had those golden dreams of my yesterday, I would wrap you in the heaven till we're dying all the way. I feel like making love. Subdominant, dominant, subdominant, dominant, green, blue. Feel like making love. Feel like making love to you. Baby. Anyway, that's basically just the C just comes in. And Bad Company used to play a lot of songs like that, you know, they just Seagull, one of their famous songs. Johnny, Shooting Star. Johnny was a schoolboy when he heard his first Beatles song. Love me do, I think I wasn't from there, it didn't take him long. Got himself a guitar, used to play every night. Now he's in a rock and roll outfit and everything's alright. Don't you know? Don't you know that you are a shooting star? And all the world will love you just because. Anyway, at the end of the song, Johnny ends up dying with a bottle of whiskey and sleeping tablets by his head. But that's a 145 song. And in fact, I'm gonna do a short show today. I'm gonna finish up in a few minutes. I'm exhausted. I'm feeling pretty good now, but if you saw the videos that I've posted live in the last couple of days, yeah, I've had a lot of itching stuff, right? So it's really exhausted me. So next week's songs will be John Denver, Take Me Home. The Eagles, Seven Bridges Road. I'll give these to you for next week, guys. This is what we're going to be doing next week. And what was the other one? Shooting Star. Let's see if I can get that up. Don't you know that? Oh, wrong key. I need it to be in G. How can I do that? Let's see if I can find one in G.